In this video, I'll take you on a tour of my Lego room. So this room is featured a few times in some of my videos in the background, or also because my server cabinet is over in that corner there. And a few people, actually quite a few, has said, hey, can we see more of the Lego room? So here we are. Yes, you can. I'm going to show you some of all the different bits and pieces that I have, but also very cool, I think, is I'm going to show you how I started sorting Lego, like what's the approach, what's the technique, and what not to do. And I'm going to show you how to clean Lego, at least one way of cleaning Lego, because God, dust. Ugh. But that's all to come, and I think we're going to start there. Actually, just before we start, I made a video that I put on Instagram of all places that has had thousands of people watching it and commenting on it. And it was of this room, and I thought I might just show you that now because I did it in the evening when it was dark and it isn't now. So yeah, here it goes. So that's kind of neat, isn't it? So in case, before we get into it, all these cabinets have lights in them, and it's all done by using Home Assistant. But I'll get to that in just a minute as well. Yeah, I know, cool. All right, let's get into that cupboard. Okay, I've just jumped behind the camera because then I can show you things better. Here's cabinet number 1, or 0 actually, that's what it is in Home Assistant. I got this rally car up here, which is very cool. This was actually one of the first vehicles I got maybe 5 years ago, whenever it was that it came out. That's very cool. Here is the Mustang, so that's the Mustang Creator Edition, which has a lot of different bits and pieces you can put on. So you can change the supercharger, the front spoiler, etc., etc. That's very cool, and of course everything opens, etc. Yes, very cool. Yeah. And then down on the next level is some buildings. So these are some of the modular buildings. This is the bookstore, and here's the corner garage. This is one of my absolute favorite, the corner garage. It's so cool, like everything comes apart, and you can see there's the vet in there, and there's an apartment. Oh, and things fall off because I've only got one hand. Ta-da. It's even got an old school tow truck car that comes in here. Yeah, look at that, that's pretty cool. And it Bowser, of course, the lady's fallen over on her Vespa. And then down here is some of all the city stuff. So there's another building, that's the toy store, with a little thing here that moves. So you put the kids in that, it moves, that's very cool. There's a surfer van. Of course, you can take the roof off that. There's monster trucks, there's one there. There's the one that Christian's modified, so a long wheelbase monster truck, because yes. And then there's a few others. This actually I bought in a bunch of Lego that was all jumble up, and I figured out that that was in there. So, but more on that later when we talk about sorting. And of course there's some other little cars and stuff. We've got both tow trucks here. So there's the original tow truck, 4-wheel steering. Very cool. And this is all pneumatic. So there's a battery in here, which makes it all go pneumatically. There you go. So that makes a lot of noise. It actually does just make a lot of noise. So that's both tow trucks. Very cool. This one's very cool because it's all pneumatic. So there's no batteries in it. You just push this and it pumps up all the hoses that are up here and use it that way. Then there's Christian's pilfered the wheels off my Jeep. And there's another like roadshow monster truck. There's a tow truck and more stuff here. And then here is the Volvo control unit. So this is one you can control with your phone, and of course it's got all the gravel and blocks up in it. It's kind of cool. So that's the first cabinet. We'll go to the second one where I have, actually I bought this. So this is the, I don't know what they're called, the hero cars of Technique. So this is the Porsche 911. Very cool car. It has a fully functional gearbox, so you can change gears here. In there, wherever that is, in there. And I bought this as a reward to myself for getting a new job. because you got to celebrate your wins, right? Down here is the Pirates of Barracuda Bay. This is one of those Lego idea set that is just unbelievably cool. And all these bits you can take off and make the actual ship out of it. So there's one bit there, one bit there, one bit here. Of course, we got jail cells and whatnot. There's some pirates. Gar, wow. And there's the shark and the people trying to get away. And then here's some of my very favorite creator vehicles. There's the Mini, very classic. There's the Bubble, VW Beetle, whatever you want to call it. And here's the VW Minibus, that's the original, not the newer one. And the Porsche 911, classic. Can't remember exactly which version this is, 70s or something. But you can choose this whether you want to build it as a Targa or a Turbo. I built it as Turbo with a big wing on the back. And there's actually an alternate build of this that I will show you just a bit later, which is very cool too. And here is the Ferrari with an unbelievable amount of stickers on it. It's just stickers everywhere. Stickers, 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 stickers. But I don't mind stickers. Some people hate stickers. I think they have their place, especially on a race car. And here's the stunt truck. And then down here is probably one of the most complex Technic Lego sets ever made, which is this massive crane. And it's just, all of this in here is just gears and stuff going. And you can change different things here. You can move out and up and it's just unbelievable. Yeah. So this is cabinet number 3. We have the 911 RSR up here and the hot rod. This is very cool. I love the hot rod. There's a little thing on the side here. We can put the hood up. Whee! Simple but elegant. Then there is John's car, as Christian's called it. James Bond's car, the DB5, Aston Martin. Then there is one of the AR cars. So these cars comes with an app. And if you have a flat bit of floor or something, it'll lay out a track for you, and then you have to sort of run it on that track, because this is a wind-up car. So you put back and it winds up, and it zip, and then it goes. There's another one of those. I'll show you in a minute. Those are the AR cars. Then there is the McLaren Senna, which is another race car. And then this is Stig's car, which is also one of those Control X cars you can control X, Control Plus, that you can control from your phone. And then there's the Batman. Here's the Batman shelf. So Batmobile, Batwing, another Batwing, Batcopter wing thing. Here's the Lego movie Batmobile, which is very cool. This is the one that can go sideways. So you can move the wheels like that, see? I have my favorite minifig, which is the Flash. He's very cool. I'll zoom in on him just for you. There we go. Look at him, the Flash. And a whole lot of Batmans. You get a Batman with every set. And then here is the McLaren Formula One car. Fantastically delightful engineering in this. One of my favorite details of any Lego, in the model Lego, is that in there, you can hardly see it, it's the suspension. It's inboard, just like on a real Formula One car. Same up here. There, you can almost just see it in there. Come on, camera. In there's a little yellow bit. That's the suspension. It's inboard. It's very, very cool. And then, of course, there's some storage. You've got to have storage down there. A few sets and a few bits and pieces and stuff. Actually, this is my old box of Space Lego. And this is all the bits that are left over. And a few other bits I haven't quite completed yet. But look at that. How cool is that? We're going to get to more Space Lego in just a minute. So that's cabinet number 3. And then over here, cabinet number 4 is more Batman. So this is from The Batman. This is the new movie. There's of course 2. And there's look at this one. If you press on, let's see if I can get just a good shot here. Press on this and the whole thing lights up. And the same on the front here. If you use the gear lever, that lights up as well. So there's lighting bricks in this one, which is very cool. It's sort of very true to the movie actually. And that is Dom's car from Fast and Furious. So it comes with the ramp here. It's because it's supposed to fly, because it's Fast and Furious. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that flies up there like that. Whee! And then here's the Lego Ideas Treehouse. Also a very rewarding build. It's very cool because everything, of course, you can look into everything. Things everywhere. A little hairbrush there. There's a swing. There's a little a creek there. There's another man there. And here is one of my mocks. Well, not mine. Mock is short for my own creation. But someone on the internet put the instructions for this up. And if you bought 3 of the recent Castle Creator Edition, you can build this from 3 of those. You just buy 3 sets and you can build it. This is very cool. So it's got lots of knights, obviously, because that came with the set. And there's a full courtyard with treasures, and there's over here, there's the dungeon for people in there. See, they are all in prison. And it comes with a nice base with mushrooms and all sorts. Very, very cool set. It took me forever to build because the instructions are not Lego quality. Not bad, but not Lego quality. Yeah. And then we have some construction stuff. This is the alternate build of that. So these are the logging things that can lift things and whatnot. And there's the old bulldozer. That's very cool. Can lift things and whatnot. And then we have some bikes. The Ducati, the BMW, the little Harley, the big Harley, and the Vespa. You know. And then some more storage. There's a non-Lego shock horror Titanic. It falls apart if you touches it. And down here is one of those weird Technic cars on tracks. Very cool, very difficult to build, I found. But yeah, kind of cool as well. So that's cabinet number 4. All right, number 5. First we have the crocodile locomotive. So this is an old Swiss train that ran a long time ago, 1919 to 1986. So it's not that long ago. And then there's the Creator, 3-in-1 Creator Mars alien thing. Comes with an alien. And of course the DeLorean. Only one so far. Considering getting 3 to build all 3 different ones, but anyway, Doc and Marty, and all the extra bits to make it the other editions. Here's another, the Merc trial truck, which is surprisingly cool. I wasn't that keen on the set. Got a very good deal on it, and it's actually quite cool. It's very good. Drives over everything. And another crane. There's an airport rescue unit, which is very cool because it has all these flaps and bits. You can actually buy an engine or an electric motor for it. You can automate a whole bunch of the stuff because there's a big sprayer thing on top. We have the cement mixer, which is another good build, actually surprisingly good. And then there's the car transporter with 2 cars. So it didn't come with any cars, but well, it came with that car, I believe. And this is the Corvette, same size, same scale, so that fits nicely. And more boats. Here's the catamaran, whatever it is, and the pirate ship, which is very cool. I wish I had more pirate ships, but I only have that one. That is a very cool ship. Lots of detail on it, lots and lots of detail. And a shark stuck up here. Gar. All right, so we've got some space. Actually on stuff, on top here first, we have the fighter plane. Well, it's not a fighter plane, Lego doesn't do fighter plane, it's a jet plane. And it is also automated, so it has the wheels go up and automated, electrified, has motors in it. And here is the helicopter, the 3-in-1 Creator helicopter, which is a surprisingly good model. Very, very cool. So they're on top here with the dust. Oh, now we're here. That is my motion sensor, which turns on all the lights. So see there's lights on the inside here. And on all the cupboards, there's lights, as you saw before. So that's what that is. That motion gets picked up by Home Assistant, and we trigger all the lights. Here's the Saturn V, which has the lunar lander there, the small version, and the lunar lander, big version, which is also very cool. Lots of gold on it. Who doesn't like gold? And then the Chiron, the Bugatti Chiron, one of the hero models again of Technic. Very cool, very, very cool. That is just beautiful model. I like that a lot. And then we get to the vintage space Lego. Yes! Look at him! I got this when I was, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, something like that. And here's all the space Lego. Now I must admit, a couple of modern ones have snug in. They're the new space Lego figures. Benny and his friends. Benny, Lenny, Kenny, and Jenny, I think it is. This was my favorite as a kid. Very cool. It has a little opening in the back with a robot inside of it. And a lot of little spaceships and stuff. Yeah, this is very cool. And more Batman. Tumbler, That's the original tumbler, and stuck sort of on top almost is the new tumbler. So they're almost the same, but not quite. And of course they come with minifigs. So there's Joker, the original Joker. Here's the new Joker. So a little bit different, but very similar. So, but I had to have both, of course. And then here's more Batman. It is the villains. So we have the Joker's car. We have the Penguin's car. We have Bane's tumbler with the Joker on top. More Jokers. Here's Harlequin. She's fallen over. Hello. We have the Riddler's car. We have the Joker's helicopter and the Riddler's top fueler, sure. And then we have the Joker's steamroller with a big smile in front. So these are all Batman villain cars. And then in the bottom, we have a bit more construction stuff. So here's the current crane alternate build and the Volvo prototype digger thing, which has a lot of moving parts. Everything on it moves. With, you know, it goes down, this, etc. It's very cool. So that's cabinet number 6. And then there's just a little open shelf here. There's the new Land Rover Defender is on here. I don't know, I wasn't that keen on this build for some reason. It's okay, but yeah, I couldn't get the gearbox to work properly, and it's all a bit meh. And even in the door squeaks. Anyway, it's okay. Not my favorite. More city Lego here. There's some trucks and some forest equipment. More trucks and another green racer thing. Some planes. And here's the monster truck, which you can also control with your phone. One of those Lego Control Plus app things. Also very cool. This is actually very cool because it is extremely, the suspension is quite impressive. So it also runs over everything. And the app will tell you, you know, incline angles and everything. So yeah, that's kind of engineering-wise is quite neat. And then I'm just going to go over here first into this cupboard, which is the last one. And this is mostly space and stuff. So here we have the new Buzz Lightyear plane, the XL-15, whatever that is. Quite a neat little model. Here's Benny's spaceship, which is very cool. I love Benny's spaceship. And of course, Benny. There's a Millennium Falcon, a little one. Bigger one's coming later. And here's a few bits and pieces of Star Wars that I've got in a collection as well. I have a Star Destroyer, is that what they're called? I think so. An X-Wing. Very cool. And then all of the Speed Champions. I mean, not all of them, but all the ones I have. So there's Ferraris, etc., Porsches, Lamborghinis, Evos, blah, blah, blah. And there's another lot in here. Quite a few, actually. And then, oh yeah, there's more. I do like Speed Champions. They're quick build, they're always very cool models, they're easy to play with. I like them a lot. Especially this one, the Bronco. You can't probably tell on camera, but it's quite chunky, it's quite large. I do like the Ford Bronco Racing Edition. And then at the bottom here is the Leap Head Digger. Again, one of those Control Plus app controlled units with 2 motors in it. It's absolutely enormous. Very cool. Took forever to build. Very, very cool. So, all right. Next, the centerpiece. Let's call it that. You might have noticed at the beginning, right in the center of the room is this massive table. I actually bought it off a friend locally who had built it himself. So if you look underneath it, it's just a coffee table with this on top, and then he built this on top as well, and there's a plate that it sits on the bottom. But it does give you these 3 levels with the airport on top, sort of a city type thing in the middle, and the bottom has a beach and water and harbor and stuff. So yeah, let me show you. It's very cool. It's very cool. Okay, just gonna take you off the stand here. So to start with, up here is the airport. So the helicopter landing places, we've put a couple of airports in here, some airport vehicles, the control tower, more helicopters, and of course the planes here. That'll take off one way or the other. And they fly mostly to Sydney for some reason, but anyway. And then down here, there's no access from the top to the bottom, but down here is a road with trucks and whatnot. Over here is a fire station area, so we have a fire station, some fire trucks, more cars to go around here. Comes around, and then here's the police station area. So some of Christian's magic police cars with skids on it, I'm not sure. This is the villain, apparently. And the boat is on the way down, because if you go over here, there's a little ramp down. That goes down here, all the way down here, and more roadways, rather. But that goes over to there. There's some docking places for boats and whatnot. You can see here's just a table, right? This has been painted as a beach. Right now there's a train crossing, because there's a train that goes all the way around the table or the area. So over here we have the train station. That's the new train station. That is actually pretty cool. We needed a train station. There's a freight train in here. It's ready to go. There's some worker johnnies. That's their toilet. Here's a bus. I like buses in Lego. There's not many of them. And then there's some boats are anchored here as well, which is kind of cool. We even have the evil professor from Cars 2 and one of the ships from that. And then over here, there's more trains. There's some of the new roadways, I keep saying roadways, that you can build. So we've got a few of those evaluating, not sure if you like them or not. I think we do, but we'll see. And then here's the control tower for the train. And over here, more trains, of course, as well. And some monster trucks are parked here. So that's the table. It's very cool, very simple. A lot of patience gone into it, and I was very lucky to get it. And it wouldn't be a Lego room with some of our own creations. So these are Christian's creation. He's 7. He's made this as his plane with 8 wings. Very famous plane, I think, or something. Here's another. This is actually a space rocket. This one's got all the rockets on the back that flies to space. And there's I don't know what that is, actually. Control tower car, who knows? Another fancy car with wings and stuff. And a drill, because who doesn't want a drill? And then up the top here, I have the digger. So that's the wheel excavator thing, massive thing. Very cool. That was actually one of the first Technique sets I bought in my recent time of collecting when I was not a kid. And then you might have noticed that up here on top, there's a whole bunch of boxes. These are all the sets I still have to build. So I don't ever buy Lego at full price. So whenever there's a sale and if I have spare cash, I tend to look what's around. So there's the new Viking ship, there's some Speed Champions, there's the Lego Batmobile, there's the Lamborghini, there's the police station, the Ecto-1, the haunted house, the square, the space shuttle, there's the BMW motorcycle, there's the Vespa, the Ford Raptor, the pickup truck, the blue Mini, so that's a bit special. That's one of the ones where they made them in a different color, only sold in the UK. Here's the other AR car that I mentioned. This is the Mustang. So that's the other one where you need the AR app to play with it fully. There's the Winnie the Pooh house, and then there's a bunch of smaller sets of Speed Champions and 3-in-1s as well. And a little bit special, I have the Ghostbusters original Ecto-1. So that's this one. Let's see it there. Yep. And I have an AWS reinvent special Lego thing that a good friend of mine got for me. So that's a very special set as well. And a few other bits and pieces. So that's on top. I did say there was going to be a bigger Millennium Falcon. Yeah, I know. It's here, under the details. But let me explain. So first of all, here's still to my mind, one of the biggest and best sets ever made. Now, I don't have a lot of Star Wars Lego, mainly because of the Disney tax. But this is unbelievably cool. So this is the Collector's Edition or Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon. And it is magnificent. It's so much so I made a whole video. I know, time-lapse, the whole build. If you want to watch it, it'll be there, maybe. And it's a bit of a beast. I can't actually lift it without things falling off. It weighs about 11 kilos. But the reason it's in here is that I can't have it anywhere else. These make sure it doesn't get dust everywhere. I know, I'm going to show you how to get dust off in just a second though, but yeah, this is much better when there's no dust. And I'm actually going to build a table for it. So in the Lego room, it's going to be a coffee table you can build on, which have this inside. So that's the plan. But yeah, big Lego model. Wow. And everything opens and you can look inside and stuff. It's very cool. And we're in my office. And of course I got some props here. I have the creators Ferrari F40, which is a very cool car. It opens everything. This is I use this a lot as a prop because it's very pretty to look at. That opens, of course, doors opens, etc. There's some more speed champions. There's the Supra, the Audi Quattro, and hey, another F40, of course. I got the space station. I got a Denmark sign that I built. Yeah, because why not? And I've got a few briquettes down here behind the fly spray. And then, of course, I have over here the latest Star Wars diorama. I think that's kind of cool. It's a neat little diorama. And then, remember I was talking about mocks, my own creation, where I built the castle? Well, this is another one. This is the Lamborghini Countach Classic Edition. So the white Porsche 911 Creator Edition that I showed you just before, another set of that is all you need to build this. And it's got the right scissor doors. It's got, you know, the classic rear end, so to speak. Look at that. And of course it opens up. Even this bit to the engine bay opens up. It's just very cool. And that's all done by some genius that then you buy his instructions for 15 euros, I think it was, and you can build it from another set of it. And then there's Batman's here too. So a little bit more in my office. Maybe that's where I move more stuff. So we have a few rules in here as well, because my OCD does not allow everything to be poof. Now I've gone to friends' houses and, you know, all power to them, but there's Lego everywhere. I can't have it. So Lego stays in this room mostly. We can sometimes play with it other places as well, but this room is meant for it. We do not leave Lego on the floor in bits and pieces, because then you step on it and then it gets lost and then I get annoyed. And if we take stuff out of the cupboards, we put them back when we're done. So all this Lego here is for playing with. We take all of it out and we play with it and we do little, you know, towns and whatnot, but we put it back. And that's one of the things that I'm very, let's say, persuasive about with kids, and especially if Christian has friends over and we play with it with his friends. We don't break the Lego. If it does get broken, bits fall off, we put it back on, because what happens is that if you just leave Lego to its own devices, it just breaks, no one plays with it. So we put it back together and we put it back where it's supposed to be. Dog barking. Hi dog. So here we are in all my magic drawers, and I thought I'll just sort of share how I sort Lego, because there's a bit of method to the madness, right? So I bought 12 kilos of Lego on Facebook for not much money, and I decided I wanted to sort it. So I needed something to sort it into. And this seemed like a good idea. These are just off Amazon. They're toolbox holder things, like you can have screws and bolts and nuts and whatever in it, right? And it worked really well for Lego, I thought. So my approach was, there's some different thoughts on this. Some people sort by color. I would highly recommend not to sort by color, because if you have a box of all green, all yellow bricks, they're all going to look the same and you can't find the one you look for. Instead, if you have, say, all the ones that are in the same type in different colors, they're much easier to figure out where they are. Now, it does take longer to sort. Yes, it does. But I think the end result is much better. So all of these are all different types of bricks. So I have them sorted a little bit. So over here, all the flat bits. So I have 1x8 tiles, for example. You can see they're there. Then it goes into more smaller bits of, you know, toe balls and bars with handles and clips and whatnot. There's slopey stuff, so all these are different slopes. And this works really well for me. Now, it does require an awful lot of drawers, and you can see I've still got a few up here, but I also still got stuff on the table that I need to sort. But then what I do is I use this Dymo labeler to put labels on each one of them. And yes, it is a bit OCD maybe, and it does take a while, but the end result is that we can find anything really quickly. So it works really well for me. So that's the way I've done it. Now you might ask, how do I know what each is called? Like, for example, this is a 1x2 plate with pinhole. These ones. How do I know that? To be honest, I used Google Lens on my Android phone. So I just used AI to recognize what brick it is and then try and find and see if it shows up in the search results. And usually it does. And I'll tell you what the part is called. That doesn't mean I haven't got, you know, here ladders, steering wheels, and tippy things. Because not always. And I have combined some sometimes because I only have one of each and they can go together in something. But it's up to you how you categorize them. But that's what I would do. I would get some of different sizes, you know, small ones, bigger ones, get some with drawers because they're very useful. And then start with the ones you have many of, such as your 2x4 plates, because they're everywhere, right? So start with those, get the ones you have many of so you get through it and sort it that way. But yeah, patience, basically. A little bit of directed approach. That works well. So here's my sorting. Yay! I promise I'll tell you how I clean Lego. So I use something called Super Clean, which looks like this. And it's actually meant for car vents, you know, the air vents in your car. But it's just goop. So it's like slimy. So you take it out and it's sort of, see how it's sort of slimy? So take it all out. And then you have your, say, helicopter here, which is, you can see it's sort of dirty. And you just do this on it. And then it's clean. It takes all the dust off. Like, da, 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 da. And yes, it's slimy, and yes, but it's super sticky. And I bought this on Amazon. I think I got 2 tubs of it for, I don't know, 15 bucks or something. And you can see it's, you know, I'm doing it on camera, it's a little bit tricky, but eventually it gets all the dust off. And some people have said in the past, oh yeah, but then it's all just, you know, it's slimy and gooey and it's sticky. Not with this. I've never had any sticky Lego with this, and it's super easy. And yes, it's probably going to be 90% of the cleanliness you get with washing it or whatever, taking it apart, but it's really effective. I like it. So that's my special trick. Use this, Super Clean. I'm going to get it off the hand now. Oh God. There you go. I hope you enjoyed the tour of my Lego room. I spent a lot of time in here. There's a lot of passion gone into this. I find Lego as a particularly good toy for engineering, for logic, for fine motor skills, a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, I'm a really big fan of it, obviously. Now you might be saying, oh, what's next? I'm kind of running out of room. You know, all the sets up here, stuff to build. I don't know exactly where I'm going to put them. So I'm considering what to do in here to make more room, basically, for having all the models. The whole room is going to be renovated because it's got disgusting carpet. It needs painting, needs insulation. So I'm going to have to take it all out to basically get the room ready and then put it back in. So I might do an update when that comes along. But if you have good ideas on how to store Lego so that it's still accessible, so you can still play with it, let me know. I'm considering aisles, but that's not very useful. So thanks again for watching. Leave any comments below. Let me know what you're building right now. I'd love to have a conversation about Lego on my channel as well. I know it's mostly been networking and home assistant stuff, but home automation stuff. Let me know. And yeah, do you like Lego? Let me know. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That'd be great. Yeah, I love subscribers. I reply to all comments. So until next time, thanks very much. And go build a brick. Oh God. Get off. There we go. There we go. And see? Nothing in my hands. Just comes off. Not sticky. Cold, but not sticky.